Ciao studenti! Are you ready for another video about the basic structure of Italian sentences? This is my second video of this series. What I want to do with this series is to give you a framework to help you understand all Italian grammar terms that are used in classes and books and that often leave students very confused. So I'm going to show you what they are and how they interact with each other so that you can understand more of the Italian language and use this knowledge to improve your own sentences. So remember, this is part 2 and I also have a part 1 which is about noun, adjective and article. You will find the link to that part in the description below as always. Today we're going to talk about the verb and the adverb, so two other very important essential parts of the sentence in Italian. Let's start with the verb. In Italian, il verbo. A verb is a word that describes action. For example, the verb mangiare. Mangiare means to eat, so it's a word that describes the action of eating, of ingesting food. The most important thing that you need to remember about verbs is that verbs in Italian change depending on the noun they refer to. That's called the subject, and the subject is the doer of the action. So the verb is the action, for example, mangiare. The subject is the doer of the action, the person who's eating in this case. These are two important terms, subject and verb. And in Italian, the verb changes depending on the subject. Let me give you a few examples to show you this concept because this is key. Let's suppose I want to say, I eat the pizza. That in Italian is io. I'm capitalizing the I, so you show to emphasize that I'm talking about me. So the subject is io mangio la pizza. In this sentence, the subject is io, I. And can you see that the ending of the word mangiare turned into o, mangio la pizza. Let's see what happens if I want to say you eat the pizza. Tu mangi la pizza. Can you see that? Mangiare changed from mangio to mangi. We changed the ending because the subject changed. So in Italian, the ending of the verb changes depending on the subject. That's called conjugating a verb. So if you always hear how important it is to conjugate your verbs in Italian, that's what they're referring to. Conjugating a verb means changing the ending of a verb to match the subject, so to match the doer of the action. For each subject, I, you, he, she, etc., you will have a different endings. That's the peculiarity of Italian, that you need to change the ending depending on the subject. Also, the ending of the verb changes depending on something else. So conjugating a verb means changing the ending to match the subject, but also changing the ending depending on the tense. The tense is the time of the action. So depending if the action happened in the past, in the present, or in the future, we will use a different tense for the verb. And for that different tense, we will have different endings. Let me show you this again with some examples. Io mangio la pizza. That means I eat the pizza. That's present tense. Tu mangi la pizza means you eat the pizza. Present tense. What if I want to say, for example, I eat pizza every day. So I'm talking about a habit. Not for real, guys. We do eat pizza, but not that much. Not every day. So, but let's suppose I want to say I eat pizza every day. That's a habit of the present, so we use present tense. Io mangio la pizza ogni giorno. Okay? Perfetto. What if I want to say I used to eat pizza every day? Then I stopped because it wasn't that good. So I used to eat pizza every day would be past tense. For this specific past tense, we would use imperfetto, a tense called imperfetto. Look what happens. Io mangiavo la pizza ogni giorno. Can you see that? I changed the ending again to match not only the subject, which is always I, but also the tense, which means the time of the action. So my key point here is this. The different ending gives you different informations. Ending of words, of all the words in Italian, are crucial because they give you a lot of information about that word. And that applies to nouns and verbs and adjectives and everything. The endings in Italian are packed with information. Develop the habit of looking carefully at the ending of words in Italian. That's one of the most important habits that you can develop if you want to be successful with Italian learning. So let's recap. The verb is the unique label that we give to an action, to identify the action. And the ending of a verb in Italian changes depending on the doer of the action, which is called the subject, and the time of the action, which is called the tense. So now you know what your teacher or your book is talking about when they use words like verb, subject, and tense. Perfetto. Okay, let's move on with the second part of the sentence that we're going to talk about and to learn about today, which is the adverb. In Italian, l'avverbio. L'avverbio. What is an adverb? The adverb helps the verb. It can also help adjectives and nouns, but mainly the verb. It helps the verb. It helps the verb giving you more information about that verb. I always tell students, do you want to what adverb is? Think of ADVERB. Helps the verb. So the adverb is like the adjective. What the adjective is for the noun, the adverb is for the verb. It gives you more information about the action. Now, let me give you again some examples. Let's take our pizza. Mangio la pizza, right? If I tell you mangio la pizza, I'm just telling you that I eat pizza. Okay, it can be enough. But I may want to add more information to this. I may want to tell you that I eat pizza slowly. We need another word. That word is an adverb because it's telling you more about how I eat the pizza. It gives you more information about how I perform my action of eating. So that would be mangio la pizza lentamente, slowly. Or I could tell you that I eat pizza fast. Mangio la pizza velocemente. I'm telling you more about how I eat pizza. Or I can tell you I eat pizza finally. Mangio la pizza finalmente. These words are not telling you more about the pizza. They are telling you about the action of eating the pizza. So they are adverbs. Va bene? Notice the placement of the adverb. The adverb usually goes at the end of the sentence after the verb. So let's recap what the adverb is. The adverb is a word that helps the verb. Adverb, helps in giving you more information about the verb. So I can tell you more about my action by adding an adverb. That's what an adverb is. But as I was telling you before, we can also use the adverb to give you more information about other parts of the sentence. For example, we can use the adverb to give more information about another adverb, so we can use two adverbs together, or we can use the adverb to give more information about an adjective, so we can have an adverb that refers to an adjective. Let me show you these. Let me show you some example sentences, and you will notice that the placement changes in this instance. When you use the adverb with the verb, the placement is after the verb. If we use an adverb, if the adverb refers to another adverb, then it will go before the other adverb. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose I want to say, I feel really well. Can you see there we have two adverbs? Because the concept of adverb and verb, these concepts are the same in most languages, and they are the same in English and Italian. So here we have two adverbs. I feel really well. Well, it is an adverb, and really is another adverb referring to well. So how do we say that in Italian? Mi sento molto bene. See, molto means really, and it's clarifying well. I'm not just feeling well, I feel really well. That's an adverb that helps another adverb. And since it's referring to another adverb, it will go in front of that. Another example showing you that we can use adverbs in front of adjectives too. Let's suppose we want to say that this cake is incredibly good. If we say this cake is incredibly good, incredibly is the adverb, which is giving more information about good. So we are not just saying that the cake is good, we're saying that it's incredibly good. We're giving more information about the adjective. It's not a standard good, it's super good. So where will we place the adverb? We will place it before the adjective it's referring to. So, questa torta è incredibilmente, this is a mouthful, let me check that for you, incredibilmente, perfetto, buona. Oops, questo non è, this is not capitalized. Questa torta è incredibilmente buona. So this adverb is giving you more information about the adjective. That's it. And so it goes before the adjective. So to recap, the adverbs are words that we use to give more information about verbs, other adverbs, or adjective. When the adverb refers to the verb, it goes usually after the verb. When the adverb refers to another adverb or to an adjective, it goes before the adverb or before that adjective, like in these two example sentences. Notice that in all cases, adverbs do not change. That's the difference between adverb and adjective. An adjective always changes, but an adverb doesn't. So that's all for today, guys. And I know it's plenty to digest, so take your time, really reflect on these, write down your sentences, and if you need to, watch this video again. There's going to be a third video of this series where we talk about the last 3 parts of the sentence. So make sure to subscribe and click on the bell so that you will be notified when the video is up. For now, keep noticing and identifying those parts of the sentence whenever you read or hear anything in Italian, and also especially when you might make your own sentences. Also, make sure to watch part 1. The link is in the description below. Also, I am thinking of making a video where we just analyze sentences together to find all these parts, to identify all these parts. What do you think? Would you like that? Let me know in the comments if you want to see that video. I really want to hear from you. That's all for today. È tutto per oggi. Buona giornata e a presto. Ciao da Valentina.